Well, a long time ago, Stephanie, I am not kidding. I was serious.
You were going to be purposefully homeless?
No. But I said, we need to put, this is the dumbest idea ever. We need to put, those office water coolers where you go and it's got the big tubs of water.
Yeah. Like the 5-gallon water bottle.
Where you used to, in the old days, you would get a little paper cup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think we should install those in every camp where there are people who are living in tents or whatever, and they should just be laced with lithium. Just laced with antidepressants. And then
except for all the drug addicts and the alcoholics that would overdose because of all the things they put in their body.
Well, that's the problem, is that, you don't really know who's going to be drinking it.
Yeah, exactly.
But there might be a lot of people. I had this fantasy that there would be people who were severely mentally ill drinking the water and one day waking up going, what am I doing?
Like awakenings.
Where have I been? Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, it's so much more complex than that.
I know. I'm aware.
It's not even the substance abuse people that are necessarily, and the mental health issues. That, yes, there's a good majority of the population, but there are also other people who, the housing cost
Stephanie,
is so crazy. And
it's not even here now. It's everywhere.
It's literally everywhere. And the thing is I'm one of those people that's like, look, if you can't afford it, then I guess you don't live there. I've always been of that mind.
Not anymore.
You work harder, you get a better job, you do what you have to do. Now I'm like, I've done all of that and I can still barely afford.
It's very difficult.
Live.
And people go, well, I'll just move to Texas. Everybody thinks they're going to move to Texas and get a deal. It doesn't matter. There are people. I watched a woman on TikTok. She was in an abusive relationship. She and her daughter left. She can't afford. Well, she can't afford, but she can't even find something fast enough to rent an apartment. And she's living in a trailer on her mom's property now. And I'm like, well, at least you have a place to sleep.
That's true. Because,
because most don't. At least you have a mom who's willing to let you do it. But
Absolutely.
It's like, it's awful. I just wish that I was like Einstein and just had some weird, unusual way of looking at things and going, how come we're just not doing this? And everybody go, oh my God, why aren't we doing that?
I know.
Like, why?
But it's just not that simple.
It's not.
It really is not.
I just hate capitalism sometimes.
I know.
I do and I don't. You know what I mean?
No, agreed. I think yes, I agree. I think if it was the other way, we would say the opposite.
Of course.
But
anyway, all right. Are you ready?
I am. Okay, that's better. I'm off.
Sorry.
No. I like the music.
I love the music too. Daryl found it.
I've been sitting in a quiet Asian shop for the last 2.5 hours, so that's like the.
Do you like your nail? Yeah, exactly.
She's so.
Okay, first of all, apparently you can't do that anymore. You get called out for being racist. I did not know this.
Well, Tammy's hilarious because somebody called and I could tell she wears her little Bluetooth thing in her ear. So when she's doing my nails,
right.
she's like,
she's answering phones.
Right. She answers the phone. And so someone was grilling her about masks. Like, do you make your employees wear masks?
Oh, for God's sake.
Do your customers wear masks? What are you doing in your shop? So before I make an appointment,
I'd be like, what are you doing?
So she's being very polite and she's answering the questions. No, I don't make my customers wear masks. They can if they want to, but I can't force them to. Some of us do work because she wears masks.
Sure.
But the other ones don't. The other employees don't. Yeah. She's like, some of us do, some of us don't. And then she's like, and she's laughing and she's like, you worry too much, ma'am. You worry too much. She's like, you want to make an appointment and everything. She's asking her, and the lady was going on and on and on.
Oh, for God's sake.
And so finally, Tammy goes, maybe you just stay home. She's like, don't open the doors, and then you don't breathe any air. She's like, click. Hey,
you know what? You can only be nice for so long.
She goes, I don't want her to make an appointment. She goes, if she's like that on the phone, I can only imagine what she would be like in person. And I am busting up.
Damn it. Okay, well, welcome to The Ugly Truth. This is episode 572. Welcome back, Stephanie. I was going to say Mackenzie. What?
I thought you were going to call me McStephanie.
I almost did.
McStephanie.
Go to McDonald's and get the latest sandwich.
Hungry.
The McStephanie. Stephanie, I am starving.
Jamie, I almost stopped. I'm like, don't do it. Just get your fat ass over there.
Okay. Seriously, I was like, okay, she's running a little late. I'm like, she's either going to show up with the baguette and dip and vegetables, or
what I wouldn't give for that right now.
Or she's like, sorry, I'm late.
It's a good thing there's not a Laboo on the way here. I would have dill dip and a baguette.
Oh my God, I know. Anyway, I'm trying so hard not to eat any sugar right now. No carbs, no sugar. Okay, so I had a birthday last weekend.
I know.
And
I purposely did not say anything. It wasn't because I forgot.
Only one person was dumb enough to wish me a happy birthday, but I love her because
on social media?
Yes.
Because I literally saw nothing.
No, she did because she does it kind of out of spite because she knows I hate it, and she just does a big gif or whatever. But thank God nobody really did. And it's not like really it's just, you know what? It's embarrassing. I don't like being the center of attention, which I know sounds hilarious.
No,
but it's true.
Considering we're doing a podcast, yeah.
Well, this part is different, but I mean, I don't understand people going 1 more week till my birthday.
It's my birthday month.
I don't get it, and
Same.
you know how I feel about celebrate yourself, do what you want, but I'm just not. I'm not into it, and so. What was the point of that? I was going to tell.
You guys went somewhere.
We did go out to dinner, and we talked about that last week. But we did not talk about what Darrow got me for my birthday.
Oh God, was it a shiny sequins tank top?
No, it was that gorgeous cream-colored YSL clutch.
Oh, shut the hell up!
We were in the car getting ready to go to dinner. And
how the fuck did he know you would want that? Did you pick it out?
Of course I did.
Okay, but I was going to say, was he that brilliant?
So here's a little tip: not all men are good at gift giving. They're just not.
I know.
It's not because he can't, he's so afraid.
And you know what? It's not, that's why I'm saying it's not a bad thing. It doesn't make you a bad husband or a bad boyfriend or a bad partner if you're not good at that.
Right. He's just not, it's just who he is.
I know people who take that very personally. They're like, he's not thoughtful.
No, it's not about
he's
that.
Disrespectful. He doesn't think about me. He doesn't know me.
He
does.
Like,
that's bullshit.
So here's a little tip. You may not be a fan of it, but go to Pinterest. Make your husband have a Pinterest account.
Oh, yeah.
You make a Pinterest account, and now I have a private board, and it's called Dub Buy It For Me. And I update the list.
So if it's on there, it's fair game.
If it's on there, he can buy it. And he's like, the problem is that I will check it because I get notifications whenever you pin something on my board. And I said, yeah. He goes, but it's usually worth a car or it's out of stock. Like it sells out so quickly.
Right.
And I said, okay. So I pinned this clutch like less than a month ago because it just came out. It's a brand new.
So it's not even vintage?
No, it's not vintage. It's brand new.
I wasn't sure because it was such a small. You only took
I'll show it to you today.
A glimpse of it.
Yeah, I'll show it to you today. But anyway, so he goes, and I went and I go, oh my God, there it is. And I just pinned the picture because I really like the clutch, and it was from some German website. So he bought it from the German website.
So is it real?
It's real.
Oh, thank God.
And he goes, no, I cross-checked. I go, well, why didn't you just go to YSL? He goes, I didn't want to risk it. And I'm like, okay, fine. Fine.
Fair. Because then you'd be like, that's not the exact one, but it's fine.
This was just too small, but it's whatever.
I appreciate the effort.
He's like, oh, and he hates that. So anyway, he goes to the same link. So I have to be very particular and careful about what I link and what I post. But anyway, so I will show it to you. And it was lovely. He goes, hey, check out my back seat. And I go, what? And I go and I see the card and the present. I'm like, okay. So
was it wrapped?
Yes, he had it wrapped and everything. And so
it's not like you look back and saw the bag.
No, thank God. Now, I will say this. I didn't talk about this part. I was really struggling on what to wear because whenever my birthday comes around, I've discussed this. I get pretty depressed for about 2 weeks. And it's like, and then what I said last week is still true. I feel like I'm running out of time and I want to do all these fun things. And I'm just getting older and older. And pretty soon, some of those things are just going to have to fall off the menu. I'm not going to be able to do it.
Right.
So I get depressed and I'm like, what have I done with my life? Nothing.
Oh my God.
That's
Courtney.
Shut up. Oh, we're talking about her today. So anyway.
Oh my God. Do I have permission to talk about a Kardashian? Yay.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, I have these really great pair of black strappy shoes and I wanted to wear. I was wearing this long black summer dress. It was really pretty. And I was like, I want to feel sexy tonight, and then I was putting on jewelry going, I look like an old lady going on a cruise. And I just couldn't get my shit together.
As long as you're not wearing, bejeweled thongs.
I didn't. And then I was like, putting on the shoes, I'm like, oh, these shoes are so cute. And then a strap is missing. I cannot find the strap.
God.
So I had to change to these nude strappy shoes that I have, but they're fine. But it was like, well, now I just look dumb and ugly. I was so pissed. And so I'm in the car and he goes, are you all right? I'm like, no, I'm not all right. I look like shit. He goes, you do not look. I'm like, shut up.
It reminds me of the hand that rocked the cradles when she's wearing the red sexy dress. And then she spills perfume oil on it. And she comes down in this like floral frock. And the husband's like, I thought you were going to wear the dress. And she's like, what's wrong with what I'm wearing? He's like, nothing. Nothing at all. So, you look great, honey.
God. And so he goes, hey, why don't you take a peek in the back seat? And I look and I'm like, so romantic. And so I pulled the bag out, or not the bag, but the box. I opened the box and immediately see YSL went, what? So I open it up. I go, I'm like, I love it. Thank you so much. And he's like, you love it. I'm so glad. Oh, I'm so worried. Blah, blah, blah. And I go, no,
of course
it's great.
I love it. I picked it out.
Exactly.
And it's why I sell.
But it matched my shoes. And although it's old school to do that, it still the whole outfit came together.
Thank God.
It was like kismet.
Daryl saved the day. You didn't even mean to.
But I'm bringing it up because, and I know most of our listeners are probably a bit younger, but not much.
Really?
I am having so many goddamn hot flashes, Stephanie.
Oh,
I can't, it's not stopping. And now all of my social media is about menopause. And I'm like, okay.
Stop it.
Listen, I'm not in menopause.
Change your algorithm.
It's
TikTok
not.
You posted was hilarious.
But it's like, I'm out of my mind.
Algorithm? That's a hard word. Like, yes, it is. Thank you.
Word. So that compiled with being older, it's just been a shit week. But that's okay. I'm alive. I'm well. I'm exercising.
It's
I'm eating
over.
right.
You don't have to think about it now for
another year.
12 months.
Yeah, I just have to get my mammogram next month and hope my old milkers are doing all right.
They're fine.
Fuck. Anyway.
I'm going to do mine too.
Please do. Okay, so celebrity news. We're going to talk about all celeb news today.
All celeb news.
First and foremost, as you and I discussed a few weeks ago, Naomi Judd, it was released.
I told you they were going to tell.
They had to.
No, they didn't, but they did.
They said they
I knew they would. They tell everything.
The Naomi Judds?
They absolutely tell everything.
Well, here's the thing. It's kind of strange. So Ashley is clearly the spokesperson for the fam.
Right.
And so she's like, she used a weapon. And I go, well, what does that mean? Switchblade?
She shot
knife?
herself. Come on.
Of course. And then literally Ashley walks out of the house and Naomi did it. Like she was like super, like why wasn't this woman institutionalized? Clearly, because now today I read she was very fragile for a couple of days. Like things were not going well. And I'm just like, how did she have access to a gun? But you know what? It's no one's fault.
No, it's no one's fault.
It happens.
If she was going to do it, she was going to do it. Yeah.
Correct. So they released that information. She's like, I
personally find suicide very selfish because I don't quite understand it.
It is. I used to feel that way. I don't anymore.
I mean, I don't feel like
it's not selfish.
I don't feel like hateful, but the way she did it, it does bother me a little that she did it when knowing her child was there.
Yeah. I don't really know what's going on.
Is it just that you're so far over that,
it's the pain.
You don't even think about that anymore? Like
the pain is so
literally
incredible.
my child is going to find my dead body.
And her husband was there too.
Well, I mean the husband, but the daughter.
Right. All I can say is that the pain is actually physically crippling when you're at that point.
Ill, yeah.
That you will do anything for it to end. Now your mind also lies to you.
Right.
You are constantly being lied to by your depression and your mental illness, and so whether she was unmedicated or what, obviously we do not know. But the pain, I've seen it, and I know that it's selfish inherently, but they don't know they're being selfish.
Right. In fact, a lot of them think they're doing everybody a favor.
They do because their mind is lying to them.
Yeah,
and
they're like, no, I am such a burden to everyone and
everything, the things.
Yeah,
all the things. So now, very quickly, they had a memorial at the Grand Ole Opry. I watched a lot of it.
Oh.
A little surprising, some of the artists that they were kind of not. I expected some vintage heritage artists, like,
No, she knew a lot of people.
I was hoping, but I was hoping for, like, Emmylou Harris was there. That was wonderful. Obviously, Naomi did some songs. But I was expecting, I don't know, a little higher caliber, I guess.
Oh, I see
people.
What you mean.
Like George Strait level stuff.
Right.
Older, more like we knew her.
Distinguished
we toured with her.
People with long careers. And
there was some younger women, and that's fine. Maybe they knew her. Maybe there was a thing. Or maybe
she was iconic to them. She was someone they looked up to,
sure.
Inspired to be like.
But, Naomi decided to announce, or not Naomi, but Winona.
Oh, Winona.
Decided to announce. She's like, well, I might as well tell everybody now that I'm going to go ahead and go on with the tour. Because that's what Mom would want. She would want me to do that. And I'm like, this just feels so...
At her funeral?
At her memorial. And it felt... I'm not criticizing, but it was very... This is going to sound weird, and I know I'm wrong, and if they were here in the room, I would almost ask. They felt relieved. They seemed relieved.
Well, maybe she was horrible, Jamie.
I'm not denying that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that the vibe. You and I are very close siblings. I know you really well. If we were in some kind of situation, I could read your face and your body language and know exactly. I also know what it's like to have mental health, mentally ill parents. I know what that feels like. Mm-hmm. So I'm watching these women now. Ashley's devastated, and I think it's because she was there.
Oh, she said that.
She's traumatized.
She said it was both. One, losing my mom, and two, having to find her.
Winona is more like, whew. Anyway, next. And I'm like, she was emotional.
Yeah, of course.
But it was weird. And it was weird. And
maybe she has thought that this was going to happen so many times in her life.
I guess.
I know her. I know. That's what I mean. Like, I know her mother's been suicidal off and on for her whole life.
She's been. Was a very ill, clearly an ill, traumatized woman.
So yeah. So I'm thinking maybe it wasn't all that much of a shock to her. Maybe she's thought many times in the past, like, this might be it. Mom might do it. I never know. And so now it's happened.
Just a lot of care, probably for years and years. But so I'm watching this, going, God. She's emotional, but she's also like, I'm doing the tour.
Well, okay, and
it was a little weird.
Here's the way I see it. Logistically speaking, the amount of work and effort and people that are involved to put on a worldwide tour.
Oh, no, she has to do it.
It's small feat.
It just felt weird that she announced it. She goes, well, since we're all here in the room.
It is a little strange that she did it at the memorial.
What are you doing?
But you know what? People get awkward and weird.
Death.
People get strange.
Listen, death, birth, and marriages fuck people up.
And you never, and we all
everybody acts weird.
Everybody acts weird.
Like, why are you acting like that right now? You're like, I
don't know. I would do that. It would be me. You'd be like, what are you fucking doing, Stephanie? I don't know.
I'd be like,
I would know.
Oh my God. Anyway, so that whole thing is it'll be interesting to see how all that, we continue along with the Judds and their sudden thrust
journey
into the spotlight again.
Grief. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's pretty terrible.
Speaking of terrible, Britney Spears had a miscarriage.
I know.
I can't even, man.
I wasn't necessarily that surprised.
Well, no. You know what? Miscarriages are very common in the first trimester. You don't necessarily want to announce.
Her body has not been in a ready to get pregnant phase for so long.
She had an IUD forever.
And her age is already going to be a factor.
Yeah, she's 40, almost.
She's certainly, she's older than 40.
No, she's not.
She is.
Get out of here. Britney Spears is not older than 40.
What you want to bet?
I think she's 15 years younger than me. So she's in her 30s.
No way.
I think she's like 38.
Regardless.
Jessica Simpson's 40 like now.
Is she?
Yeah.
Well, regardless, I was
saddened by it.
But you're right. Yeah, no, she's been on long-term what do you call it? Birth control.
Yes.
And so, your body takes a minute to recover from that.
It certainly does.
She'll try again. I have no doubt about it. And
yeah.
Hopefully
they will. And I think
she is 40. She turned 40 in December.
Oh, okay. And I think that she is married. I think they got married in Italy.
She keeps calling him her
hubby.
Husband.
Yeah.
I don't know why she did. Yeah. She's really not holding a whole hell of a lot back from the world these days. Why not just say it?
She is not. Speaking of married, Kourtney Kardashian got hitched yesterday in a tiny little mini dress. And you know what? It's rock and roll, man. She's married to a rock star. She's doing some kind of rebellious thing right now. This is like the new Kourtney.
That's fine.
I know her kids don't seem to be too thrilled about this whole situation.
Well, it's probably confusing.
They made. I guess I have not. Okay, have you watched the new show on Hulu?
What do you think?
I haven't. I didn't. Okay, here's why I didn't watch it.
Ryan Seacrest still executive producing.
I didn't realize it was new. I thought they were just replaying the old. So these are all new. So
it's a completely different show,
right? And so when I saw that, I went, "Oh, wait! There's footage of the kids being furious about the engagement." And I'm like, "I had no idea." Well, that's what the press was saying.
There's very little about it. Yeah, there's one scene where Kourtney calls home because the kids were not at the engagement, and that was upsetting.
I think his daughter was.
Oh, his kids were there. Her kids were not there.
Not good.
And Kris Jenner, and so because Kourtney did not know she was going to be proposed to,
sure,
it was a legit surprise.
She's like, "Where are my children?"
Well,
in her mind, maybe.
She didn't even know her family was there. She literally did not.
So her family was there, but her kids weren't there?
Her whole family was there.
Oh.
Yes. The only people who weren't there were her children and Scott.
That's not cool.
So, right.
Unless Scott demanded that he have them.
No. He didn't know. I think he found out after the fact. They literally didn't, nobody wanted to hurt his feelings. They didn't want him to feel excluded, but they needed him to be with the kids. So he didn't know, but he found out like within, hours of it happening. Man. It's not like they made him wait.
I wouldn't have liked that myself.
So Courtney was not happy about it, but she said, look, my mom made a decision and I think it was the wrong one, but she that's what she decided and it is what it is,
Yeah.
And so she wasn't mad at her about it. She was just like, I would have preferred it a different way, but there was no way for her to know what I was going to want. So she made a decision and it is what it is. So
it's not irreparable.
It wasn't irreparable in any way, shape, or form. And so ultimately what ended up happening is right after she got engaged and went up to the hotel suite where her entire family was waiting to surprise her. She said, I have to go step out and call my kids. So she did. And when she did,
the kids were like, what?
Yeah, she called Penelope first and she said, hi, P. She's like, I have something to tell you. And then she told her and Penelope just started crying.
Oh, Jesus.
She was just like, she just literally started bawling. And then she hung up on her.
Oh, well,
Penelope hung up on her mom. So everybody was kind of like, it was a very raw moment. And I think if you've ever been in a situation when you find out your parent is getting remarried.
Or how about when your parent elopes and literally leaves everything like our mom did?
Right, exactly.
She's like, I'm in Tahoe. We got married. My new husband has diarrhea.
Oh, lovely.
Awesome,
I'm
Mom.
so glad,
Thanks.
actually.
Congratulations.
Right. And so if you've been through something like that, you kind of get it. So everybody was kind of like, oh my God, we totally get it. Yeah. And it was sad.
Oh, that sucks. Well, anyway, so, I mean, Courtney's not pregnant, is she?
She's trying very hard.
Is she doing IVF or something? Because she's looking hippie.
Well, yes. So
she's looking full.
They did take her, extract her eggs.
Okay, so that's why she has that body.
But they're trying to do the thing where, I think they're going to try to where they take the sperm and they take the egg and they mate the embryo and then they stick it in you.
Yes.
So that's not exactly IVF, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is that IVF?
Yeah, that's
okay.
IVF.
I wasn't sure. Yeah. So they are doing it.
Okay.
They have been, and that journey has also been documented.
She really wants kids. She loves having children.
She loves having children.
Okay, so Paula is a little more in tune with this, but I think you are as well. Leo DiCaprio has a thing about young models.
Yeah.
But
he's been with the same one for a while.
Well, he never marries them, obviously.
Right.
And he usually breaks up with them within 2 to 4 years.
Well, the one he's had is like 5.
Camilla was 23, I think, when they met. She's 27 now.
Okay.
So, yeah, this has been 4 years.
Yeah.
They were caught on the beach arguing in Malibu over the weekend.
Damn.
She's weeping. And she's using a lot of body language that indicates anger. And he's looking down in the sand. And I'm like, okay, talk is ticking.
Yeah.
Because
Rihanna's off the market.
Yeah. I thought about that.
But that's okay. Like, she's probably too old for him now anyway.
I was thinking about that and I was just like, God damn it, Rihanna. Too late.
She's so happy right now.
Oh my God.
I'm really happy for her. I don't like people who stay stuck in their youth.
Oh my
perpetually.
God. Dude, she looks so freaking good. She
pregnant. Looks amazing.
I mean, and she's like, look at my brown line, look at my belly, look how hot I am.
She's all about it.
She's Earth Mother.
She's like gorgeous.
Oh God, she's stunning.
Like no one looks like that pregnant. She doesn't even look a hither.
Do you have any photos of you pregnant?
I hope not.
I have one.
Of me?
I have 2. No, not of you. Of me.
Oh God, I was like, burn it immediately.
I have 2 of me. One when I was pregnant with my son, and our mother said, "Trust me, you're going to want a photo of yourself pregnant." I'm like, "No, I won't." And
Never.
she made me take one. And
I know the photo well.
And then a second one, I was wearing the worst maternity outfit ever. I was in our above ground white trash pool for the children. And I was pregnant with my last baby.
I've seen that one too. Yeah.
I was wearing black maternity shorts and a cream colored maternity t-shirt. It was hideous. And I was wearing it because I would never wear it out in public. And I was cleaning out a pool.
You were right.
And I had my hair in a ponytail. It was like 8:00 in the morning.
Who took that picture? Daryl, right?
Who do you think?
I knew it. Because he's like, you're so beautiful. You're carrying my child.
100%. And so
oh my God, I hate you.
He goes, "Hey, honey." And I go like this and I turn, I go, "What?" And I look, he's like, "Click." I'm like, I fucking hate you right now.
That camera needs to go in the toilet right this minute.
I'm like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "You just look so beautiful." I'm like, I can't with you right now. Like,
Has he seen the photo?
Oh, yes.
Does he still think you're beautiful?
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, you know what?
Love is blind. What are you going to say?
If he wants to keep that in a drawer somewhere where no one else can see it, then fine.
We have
so
it.
Be it.
We have it. Anyway, it's like...
It's very sweet, by the way, but...
And I look at those photos and go, I didn't need this. didn't need to save these.
I just never need to see that again.
I didn't.
Yeah,
it's fine, but no. I mean, and now women everywhere are doing full-on photo sessions with their bellies and flowy dresses. I mean, our daughter has had two of them. What?
Here's the thing.
And do they look cute? Yes, they're adorable. But
probably.
I can't. No, because I don't look good pregnant. I have the big fat face, the big ass. My boobs get huge. I'm like, no, I look awful. And
when we were pregnant, we didn't have these lovely filters and all of these things we have now, where you can literally look like a different person in a filter.
You can look amazing even if you have all the things that pregnancy bestows upon a woman.
Yes,
they can blend all that shit out, and you look beautiful.
But when you have a regular camera and you're just like a 35 millimeter, you're like, that with natural light, to see. It's there.
Look at it. Just look at it. This is motherhood. It's so true. Oh my God. Anyway, poor Leo and Camila. They're going to die. I mean, they're going to,
we'll see if you're right about that. Maybe, you know what? I don't understand celebrities who get in fights in public.
I don't think it was maybe.
No, it's never on purpose.
I don't know.
But you just don't have the luxury of doing that. It's all bad for both of you, even if you're not the famous one.
Yes.
It's like, look, we are always going to be recognized no matter where we go. We could literally be in a public restroom at a McDonald's and someone's going
to see and go, I saw Leo eating a Happy Meal.
Totally. So you just can't do it. You cannot give in to your emotions.
Camilla's only 27. She's a child. She throws temper tantrums. What are you going to do?
Agreed. Well, he probably did something really stupid in her defense.
Like, I don't want to have kids and I don't want to marry you. Where's this going? Who are we? What am I to you? It's like,
I'm wasting away my youth. I want to have everything.
I want children. He's like, I told you what this was.
I know.
And she's like, I hate you, but I love you.
So true.
That's why they break up. So anyway.
Hello, Amber Heard. # Johnny Depp.
Lil Post is going to be a dad.
Who the fuck is Lil Post?
Post Malone.
Oh, I could care less.
I love Lil Post. Okay. And his little private girlfriend that he doesn't talk about. So excited.
Those are the ones that stay together because they don't talk about that
I'm so happy for him. And he's just a stinky little tattooed face person, but I just love him to death. I don't know why. There's something about him. I just love it. You know, the guy that came to my door, he was about Lil Post's age, and he had a tattooed teardrop on his face, and I loved him too, and I gave him a hug.
What?
Yeah.
You do know what that means, right?
I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do. And he fed me a whole bunch of lies. And I think that he decided not to rob me. And
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, he came to sell something. And I said, what is it? And he goes, oh, no. And he gave me this whole, sob story about how he's an orphan and that his family.
How long ago did this happen? Because he could still be plotting.
Like 9 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so then we hugged and we said, dude, he goes, you know what? You're a really nice lady. Can I hug you? And I go, yeah. So we hugged and then.
And at that moment, he pulled out a knife and shoved me in my house. And next thing I knew, I was getting sodomized.
He walked away and that was the end of it. And I never saw him on the streets, nothing. So who knows where he went, but maybe he was an angel.
Oh my God, Jamie, stop it.
So anyway, Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox might be married and pregnant.
I think both.
She looked so much like Kim Kardashian and Melania Trump in one the other day in that long Morticia wig or whatever she did to her hair.
The thing is Megan Fox is gorgeous on her own.
She's stunning.
She literally doesn't have to try to be anybody.
Why?
Other than what she is. Because she's trying to compete with these A-list reality celebs that get so much press.
She's best, quote unquote. I mean, maybe they seem to be hanging out with the Kardashians quite a bit.
They did for a minute, and they are riding that gravy train like it is never going to end.
And you know what? Girl. Ask anybody who's really into punk or rap or rock, a guy. What do you think about Machine Gun Kelly? Oh, that fucking asshole. He talks shit about everybody. Yeah, he's terrible.
He's terrible.
And he's not great with her, by the way. I don't get the impression.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
But I don't know. I mean,
I think they're like the whole.
They're a very weird couple.
The whole Travis thing has taken off. Like, people love Kourtney and Travis. They just love it. And they're eating it up, and the press is happy to oblige.
Let's make more.
And they got one photograph of the four of them together, and it was huge.
And now it's forever.
It was in the media for a whole week, which is forever.
That's a long time.
It is. And now, like, Megan and Machine Gun Kelly are like, okay, what can we do to like do that again? We need to replicate that energy because that's how you get richer, and that's how you end up getting reality shows and I mean, anything that they can get to be to make people want to see them.
I would agree. Anyway,
it's not working for me.
The vibe is so off.
The vibe is off.
It doesn't feel like
it's him.
He's such a dick.
Yeah,
he's not somebody I would want in my life at all.
Like, no.
At all.
He just looks toxic. Yeah,
he is toxic. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. finally, because Johnny Depp has been in the news every day for a month and a half, he's going to end up in Pirates again, and I'm living for it.
Well, we hope. Disney will not commit to a fucking thing.
You know what? If they will let... They have to. I mean, it was the biggest mistake of their lives doing that.
Well, the biggest mistake of his life was Amber Heard.
I think there's a lot of men who would say that.
A lot of everybody. I was literally at work the other day. I'm talking to a girl who's... I don't even know how old she was, honestly, but she was young. She wasn't old. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
And I'm working on her case.
Okay. Oh my God. Did you guys start talking about it?
I did not. I'm actually working. So I'm quiet. She can hear me typing. You know, she's sitting there and she's like, and it was a bit of a pause. And she's like, girl, have you been watching Amber Heard? She said it to me. And you're like, I paused because I'm like, I'd be lying if I said no.
You're like, I hope. Just a reminder, this call has been recorded for quality control.
But you know what? I provide entertainment to my boss constantly.
Of course.
Because they're
the best.
To my calls.
The calls are the best. You're like, I'm bored today. What's Stephanie up to?
Probably. So
I'm going to have my coffee and listen for a bit.
Well, he hates doing it so bad because I always accuse him, like, were you listening to my call? He's like, no, I don't want to. I'm sick of listening to your calls, you know? Like, I've been doing it for 9 years.
That's
so
hilarious.
anyway, yeah, so I was like,
I'd be lying.
well, yeah. She's like, we hate Amber so bad, don't we? I'm like, we
really
hate her.
We really hate her. She's like,
she is insane.
She has legitimately taken down the believe all women hashtag thing. It's over. No one, first of all, as a woman, you can't believe all women.
Well,
okay?
you can't believe all women. And here's the thing. If you are being scrutinized in court and you're on the stand and you're lying about domestic violence.
Oh, shit.
Anyone who's ever been in any kind of domestic violence, we picked you off in a moment.
And
you are lying.
Let me tell you, a lot of us in this room and a lot of us in the listening audience are very aware of what domestic violence looks like.
What it looks like, what it sounds like, what a person who's been a victim of it sounds like.
Yes.
She is not
She's not. She's just fucking nuts.
She's
nuts.
Lying. And she was so obsessed. And it's okay. Like, here's the thing. Embrace the fact that you were... Look, I was obsessed with him. I loved him. Yeah. I wanted our marriage to work.
Sure.
It was tumultuous. And he was the first one to want to pull the trigger and say it's over. And I was like, no.
And by the way...
that's what it was.
Let me tell you, that's not normal, by the way.
No, it's not normal.
The women are... and I'm going to read something to you. The women in Johnny Depp's life they're the ones that leave because he's so erratic. And it's because he's an alcoholic, mostly, I think. I don't know about the drugs as much as the alcohol. But
he dabbles in it all.
I'm sure, but it seems like alcohol is where he gets in trouble.
That's his worst device, for sure.
So this is something I did not know, and I can't believe it. Jennifer Grey was engaged to Johnny Depp for 9 months.
I didn't know that either. I found out. But
in 1988, she was engaged to him and Matthew Broderick at different times during the same month. And she says after she and Broderick broke, you know what? Bullet dodged Jennifer, by the way.
Right?
In
on
a million
both
years,
matters.
Matthew Broderick.
He's the most boring. I'm sure Sarah Jessica Parker would have something to say about that.
Please, she exudes prude. Like they're perfect for each other.
Well, they're both Jewish, and
that's fine. But I mean, and Jennifer Grey is too.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. Stephanie,
that makes sense.
Just watch Dirty Dancing for 5 minutes.
I have.
Jesus, yes. They're all Jewish. Everyone is Jewish in that movie. Anyway, so it says after she and Broderick broke it off, Grey met Depp through her agent and they got engaged 2 weeks after they started dating. She left a note in his hotel room after his erratic behavior. He would just go missing for days.
Johnny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would just go missing for days and then he'd return and he'd be super obsessed and paranoid about what she had been doing while he was gone.
Stop it.
And so she left him a Post-it and she's like, bye. But she said that he was otherworldly beautiful. Like she could not believe how
gorgeous he
was. And she too became obsessed. I'm like, dude, I would be obsessed.
I mean, we're all obsessed with him, watching him testify in court about this terrible marriage he had.
And he's still
and we cannot get enough.
You know what? It's just some people.
Okay, but you and don't lie because
what?
Well, however long ago was when we did the last show, you were like, I could give a shit about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, but I can't.
I don't watch it,
and it's all good.
I get the snippets.
You can't get away from it if you're on social media.
That's true.
So whether you hate it or you don't care, it's there.
Yes, it is.
It's fodder, and so
you know what? Yeah. I think one of the reasons why we're all engaged, most of us are engaged in that trial, is we either relate to it in some way because we've had a crazy ex.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, it's an amazing escape from reality.
Well, you know what? I didn't give a fuck about it.
Me neither.
At all until I was doing nothing for a moment and I was watching Johnny testify.
Yes.
And at first I was like, oh my God, is he like dumb as a box of rocks?
No.
I thought so initially because he talks so slow.
He's a little slurry, quiety, mumbly.
And he rants a little. You know, he kind of talks for a very long time.
Yes.
But once I actually gave him the time of day and started watching, I couldn't stop.
He's obsessed.
I was like,
he's an Adonis.
He is.
He's a god.
And it's everything. It's everything.
You know what?
It's his looks, it's his demeanor, it's his mannerisms, it's his way.
Here's the thing.
He articulates words.
When obviously we're big fans of the Pirates movies, all of us. We love the ride, and so we started watching the movies. And Johnny Depp
and they're all great. By
next
the way.
level in them. Yeah. I enjoy them, even the bad ones, whatever. And so he, when he was accused of all this stuff, I kept hearing all this other stuff that was like, yeah, but no, because most people who know him go, no, man, he's the one that's like getting abused. And so I'm like, I don't know who to believe, but I'm just going to leave it.
I didn't either.
So I'm looking forward to the resolution. And so what I was going to say is,
it's going to be over soon enough.
Every time I see one of his perfume ads, I just fall in love with him.
Dior is the only one who has not dumped him.
He looks so...
And we love Dior for it.
Oh my God.
We all love Dior because they did not cave in to mention cancel culture bullshit.
Their products are so good.
Well, who doesn't love Dior? Are you kidding me?
I have
every
Dior
pair
makeup.
of sunglasses I
have sunglasses too.
Chanel, I was thinking wrong.
Oh, he does Chanel?
I have Chanel.
Oh yeah,
sunglasses.
I have Christian Dior glasses,
but I have Christian Dior perfume.
I have what? Okay, yes. Anyway, so when he does his perfume ads, I'm just like, I mean, does the man even need a filter or a? I mean, he's so good looking.
He is,
and I know that's not everything, but whatever.
No, it's not everything. But
you know what? I would take him over George Clooney 1,000 times over.
Same.
1,000
I don't
times
like
over.
George Clooney. He looks like he would have a hairy ass if he didn't wax it.
I just think he has. I don't like his hair.
That's same. I just said he had ass hair. I'm sure of it.
And his head of hair. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, he's just not my type.
Not either.
He's so not my type.
Same.
But honestly, I never thought Johnny Depp was my type.
Oh, I always liked Johnny Depp.
I mean, he was always cute. He was an attractive guy, but now I'm just like...
He's just really aged well.
I would fuck you in front of my husband. I would.
I was reading something totally opposite. I was reading something where they're like, I was making out a party and we were getting it on the couch and the lights went off and somebody goes, hey... And then we turned the back light on and my friend is sitting in a chair with a glass of whiskey watching us. And he goes, please don't stop. And he's like, I have some stories about Richard. I just started laughing.
Oh my God.
What? I know. It makes no sense. I know. I just wanted to tell you.
Mortified for... Wait, what?
He's like, he was watching us in his underwear drinking a glass of whiskey.
Oh God, that is disturbing.
And then the person ends the story and he goes, I have some stories about Richard. I'm like, oh God. That sounds like Richard's an unusual fella. Anyway, let's do some ugly and awkward moments
He's a
of
fella?
the week. Nope. Wait, yeah.
God, how do you...
I still haven't labeled it. I still haven't labeled it. I apologize. Do you have an awkward moment? Well, I'll tell you mine.
I'm so woefully unprepared every freaking
I don't care.
week.
Who cares? Here's mine. It's big enough. So
You just do more things than me. You're out and about.
Well, this happened at home in the laundry room.
Oh, okay.
I was occasionally I buy gel nails. I don't do it often, but if I'm doing something nice or we're going to travel, I like to have nice nails because I'm not going to be doing housework for a week. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to do something nice for myself.
Yeah.
I would like to go to a place. The problem is that
There's no need.
well, and now on Etsy, there are so many people that they literally do the gel nails and then you just glue them on. It's literally the same.
Absolutely. It's a thing. I've seen
it happened during the pandemic, and I've just been obsessed. And I love supporting small businesses. These women that do these, it's amazing.
For me, you only need to go to a nail shop if it's something that you're going to do and you're going to continue to maintain.
I'm not getting fills,
but if you're doing it
all that
once,
stuff.
It's worse because then you have to have them on until they friggin' fall off because they're cemented on there.
Or you got to rip them off and hurt yourself.
Rip them off.
Right.
So
Pressed by Maddie on Etsy. I love her. Anyway, so I had these on, and I bought the coffin normally, but this time I did the pointy ones that everybody's doing.
Yeah.
So I bought them. They were white. They looked great. Well, they were starting to grow out, and I'm like, I need to get rid of them, but I didn't. So I just clipped them down a little bit.
Okay.
Just the tips. I made them flat instead of pointy so I could kind of work with them.
Right.
So thank God I did, because I was doing the laundry and I was taking laundry out of the washer and putting it in the dryer, and I grabbed one of my pullover dry wet workout shirts, and they're stretchy. So I pulled it out and it slipped and I poked myself in the eyelid.
Oh, God.
If I hadn't trimmed the poke,
you would be blind.
I would have had significant eye injuries.
Oh, my God. I'm so glad. Did it hurt really bad?
It did hurt, actually. And I went, and I was dazed for a minute. I was like, oh, my God. And I like felt my eyelid.
Am I injured?
I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, okay, I think I'm all right. I'm like, oh, you're not going to believe what I just did. Because, you have to announce it.
Absolutely.
You have to tell everyone.
Even if I'm home alone.
And then what was worse is that I'm like,
did you see that?
I'm like, okay, thank God I didn't. I mean, I'm going to have a line, but at least I didn't poke myself.
Was it on your eyeball?
It was on the lid.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, seriously. So then I'm like, okay, God. So I did it and I fucking did it again.
It's like when you bite your lip, you have to bite it twice.
God, I was so
Why does
angry.
that happen?
Because we're awkward. Awkward people.
So
I'm starting to believe I have ADHD and I don't want to go get tested.
Don't. At this point, you've had it so long. What difference?
Who cares, right? It's me. It's who I am now, right?
That's how I feel.
Somehow I've survived.
I know there's things wrong with me, but I don't need to know what they are by name. It's fine.
Thank you. Thank you for validating me. I don't want to do it either.
Because at this point, I'm like, well, what am I going to do?
What? I'm going to be medicated for the next 50 years?
One more thing? Am I going to get therapy? No.
Am I going to be on Adderall in my 90s?
No.
I'm going to take the Kanye route. I'm just going to stay unmedicated. I'll be fine.
God, poor Kanye. Thank God we haven't heard from him in a while.
God, I hope he's in therapy or doing something with himself. All right.
I'd just like to know what epiphany he suddenly had.
Yeah, it's called "You're going to end up in jail if you keep harassing your ex-wife."
Right.
He needs to get his shit together. He's a very talented person. Yeah. But that doesn't mean we can walk around threatening people. No, you can't really scare people like that.
Yeah.
So no awkward moment today.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry.
Well, that's the show, girl.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. So
no, not yay. Like I'm glad it's over, but
yay! Thank God that's over.
I'm grateful to have it under my belt for the week and not have to be feeling guilty about it.
Well, thank you for listening, and we will have a new show next week. Bye.